Every year, teams of filmmakers all across the nation compete to write, produce, and edit an entire short film. The catch? It all has to be done in no more than 2 days. The 48-Hour Film Festival began in 2001 as a way for aspiring filmmakers to show off their creativity and skills as a team by producing a short film in just 48 hours. You're assigned a genre, character, line of dialogue, and props Friday night. And from there, it's a race against time to make a coherent film by the same time Sunday night. This is the story of one director and the challenges he faced in his own 48.
My name is Kevin Duplin. I'm a digital filmmaking video production bachelor's major at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale. I wanted to do the 48-Hour Film Festival because I participated in Jacksonville as an actor a couple years ago, and I had a great time doing it. I decided, why not try to recreate the magic here?
But Kevin couldn't do it alone.
I had about 11 people total on my crew. I came to choose these people for my crew because, I know their work ethic and I've seen a lot of their work. They're also all very close friends of mine, so I decided why not work with people that I like.
Oh man, Kevin is a cool director. Every time he approaches me and tells me he has an idea, I'm pretty much along with it right after he tells me.
Friday night, the game is about to begin.
As we were first walking up to the building where we were going to get our genres, I was very, very nervous because I know how it could go horribly, horribly wrong. And the one I didn't want was musical or Western.
Come on, Kevin!
What'd you get, Kevin?
Kevin, what you get, bro?
Musical or
But true to form, that's the one I drew.
Yeah, pick musical or Western, but we're gonna do a wild card option, and hopefully we get a better genre.
Look at Kevin's face, bro.
His face right now, he is not happy. So pissed.
And I decided with my teammates that were with me to do the wild card option. We ended up with the film de femme genre, which was immensely better. I like writing strong female characters, and I'm not really a fan of the whole damsel in distress thing. So getting this category was pretty much right up my alley. And I was just kind of spitballing ideas with my teammates as we were driving back to my house, and this story began to form about this girl who was a hypochondriac and agoraphobic, and it just kept on growing and growing. These ideas kept getting thrown out until eventually we came up with what I think was a fairly decent story, especially one that was only thought up in about 2 hours.
The next morning, production begins.
The second we got on set, everybody got to work, started setting up for the scene. We did have a few setbacks on set. After we had set up for the first shot and we were getting ready to actually shoot, we go to turn on the audio, but for some reason it wasn't working, it wasn't recording. So we had to send someone back to the school to replace the audio equipment. So all in all, we ended up, before the first shot was even done, we ended up being about 3 hours behind schedule. I felt a lot of pressure just because this is a cast and crew of about 16 people. Once we actually started filming, I felt pretty good. I trusted my crew. Once we started going, there wasn't much I could do to make it better except for directing my actors and making sure they deliver the performance that we needed. Even though we had our little setbacks, it was really, really good shoot.
When it was like really crunch time and it was getting late, you could see the director in him come out. You could see the boss come out, you know what I'm saying?
As the production went on, the crew were growing tired.
People were it looked like they were starting to fall asleep, so we ended up having like a little dance battle party to kind of get the energy flowing again. on, we were back to work, but you could seriously see the effects of the day going. At that point, I think it had been a 12 or 14-hour day. Once we wrapped shooting, I felt relieved, and I was excited because I knew that we had something really good.
I got Lagoons.
It's finally over. Now comes the hard part.
After packing up all the equipment and putting them in the cars and going off, I realized the job was only half done. There was a lot more to do. After I left the set, I met with my editor and gave him all the footage, and that was about 3 o'clock in the morning. He left my house about 3:30. Once the edit was finished and the exporting was done, we honestly picked up everything that we could and we ran out the door. I was putting paperwork in order as we were driving, and that was probably the most stressful situation I'd ever been in film, because every second we were counting. Every minute we were staring at the clock, just hoping that somewhere, somehow, we could buy an extra 10 minutes, an extra 15 minutes just to get things done. And we only had 15 minutes left. So we were speeding down the highway trying to get to the drop-off point.
They make it in time, but there's one problem.
We got to the drop-off point with about 5 minutes left to spare, and I ran up the stairs and I handed them the hard drive that had our edit on it. But unfortunately, they wouldn't take the hard drive. They would only take flash drives. So with that being said, we wouldn't have enough time to transfer it because transferring took about 10 minutes. So we were late. We were counted as late and not eligible for the big competition. After all the work that we did and to hear them tell me that, I felt disappointed. My heart sank. I felt like I'd let my crew down, I let my cast down, and it was just heartbreaking.
Even in defeat, Kevin still comes away with something positive.
As far as the project goes, I was happy with the project. I honestly felt it was something really good, and if it were eligible for the big competition, then I have no doubt in my mind that we would have taken it home. Honestly, I think I would do the project again, but only under the circumstances that I have the same crew and the same cast. With the same people surrounding me, I have no doubt that we could do it and actually be on time. From this whole experience, I learned how to be a better director and a better producer. I learned how to communicate better with my crew, my cast, and kind of lead them in the direction that I wanted them to go. Before this, I didn't have very much experience, and I just kind of jumped into these roles. So there was a huge learning curve. But my crew, they were patient with me. If I needed the help, they offered it very freely, and I accepted it. So yeah, I learned a lot, and honestly, I'm looking forward to doing more.